Hi, my name is Dottie Troilo and I am a unique presenter. I'm here today to show you some amazing products. All the products I will be using today are available at primerpackandmama.com. So let's get started. I'm going to be using palette 1 today. These are our Moodstruck Addiction palettes, and each one comes with 7 different colors, a mix of matte colors, shimmers, and satin finishes. So I'm going to be using this today. I'm also going to be using the Splurge Shadow Cream, which is our cream shadow, which dries to a matte finish. This came in our kudos for the month of August, and 100% of the proceeds went to benefit women who were sexually abused. So I'm so excited and proud to be using these 3 products that came with that. So let's get started. Please excuse if my hands are shaky. They're always shaky. I have high anxiety, so I just live with it. I deal with it. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my Uplift Beauty Serum. This is my liquid gold. I put this on every day before I put on my makeup, and I put it on every night after I've washed off my makeup. And it really makes a difference in, lessening those fine lines that you see. It only takes about 3 drops to do your entire face. My forehead, for some reason, has been my driest area lately. Before I started using this, I tried so many different products because my cheeks were always dry. And I tried a lot of different products from a lot of different companies. I even tried using like a saline mist to see if I could try to fix it from the inside. But nothing really worked. So when I got this product, this Uplift Beauty Serum Beauty Oil, it was the only thing that was actually able to completely take away those dry cheeks. So now my foundation doesn't look patchy anymore, which is really awesome. So, excuse me while I lean down and grab a towel to dry my hands. I put my serum on, I let that sit, and I go ahead and work on my eyes. My eyelids are the only part of my face that I do not put the serum on because I'm about to put on eyeshadow and stuff. So I'm going to be using our totally reformulated new primer, available September 1st. Only going to be putting this on my eyelid area though, because I want to still be able to have really good blendability. But I really want whatever color I put on my lid to stay on my lid, so that when I open my eyes or I blink, that color doesn't transfer up into my crease. So this is slightly tinted. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's slightly tinted. So you just dab it onto your eyelid area. You can use it on your whole eye. I just find I'd like to do a lot of blending and use a lot of colors in my crease and above my crease, because I do have slightly hooded eyes, which means that this part rests on my eyelid. And so in order for my eyes to really pop, I have to put color up in my crease as well, and not just on my lid like we did back in the 80s. So for that, I'm going to palette 1, and I'm going to go for, first I'm going to go for the color Elated, and I'm going to put just a little bit of that up under my brow bone. Just under there. Just a little bit. And not sure what color I'm going to use for highlight under my brow bone just yet, but we will see. So I'm going to take a brush and go ahead and take this color Chipper, and I'm going to put that in my crease. And you really just, I tap 2 times and I have so much color, and you can tap that so you don't have fallout. I like to start right here in the middle, right above where my cornea is, and work my way out, because I have so much color on my brush and I want the most color to be in that area and less color in this area. And you just keep doing that until you've built it to the color that you want, to the vibrancy that you want. You might want something subtle like that. You might want something a little bolder. It's up to you. Makeup has no rules. The only rule is you have fun with it. You wear what makes you feel good. And if anybody else likes it or they don't like it, oh well. Right? Whatever makes you happy. I mean, you can't spend your entire life trying to make other people happy. You have to make yourself happy too. And if you're happy, it's a lot easier to make other people happy, in my experience. So I'm putting a little bit, dragging a little bit of that color with like this half circle movement. It's okay if it gets on your lid, because you're going to go over that later with something else. So I'm just going to keep building that intensity until I get it where I want it. Eyeshadows can be so much fun. There's a lot of talk about, you know, what colors go best with your eye color. And that's fine. But in my opinion, and just my personal experience, I wear whatever color I want to wear. You know, I don't follow anybody else's guidelines. I know what I feel like looks good on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Guess I've never really been much of a rule follower. So now I'm going to take, what am I going to do today? I don't even know yet. I'm going to take this beautiful splurge cream, which is called Cherished. And I'm going to take our cream shadow brush, provided I could find it amongst all these brushes. This is our cream shadow brush. And I'm just going to get some of this color. It's a beautiful shimmery rose gold color. I love it. It's gorgeous. Limited edition. So if you missed it, you missed it. I'm going to put that on my lid. And that primer is really going to help it stay in place. Although a lot of our eyeshadows have primer-like qualities, such as our splurge creams, our cream to matte finish eyeshadows all have primer qualities, and our new eyeshadow line coming out in the fall, September 1st, they all have primer qualities. But having primer on your eye really makes such a difference. And go ahead and do this eye. I love the vibrancy of these colors. It's amazing. They're beautiful. I mean, it really, the color is true to what you see in the pot. Our new eyeshadow line that's coming out September 1st is a customizable palette. We have 25 colors you can choose from, which is amazing, in 4 different finishes. We have satin finish, shimmer finish, metallic, and matte. And you're going to be able to build your palette out of colors that you want, that you know you're going to use. And then if you run out of a color or you get bored of a color, you just buy a refill, pop it out, and pop in the new color. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. So, here's what those are going to look like. They come with little stickers, so you can pop it on there so you know what color it is. It's magnetic. It's totally magnetic. And then you can just pop it out in the back and put in a new pod. How awesome is that? With 25 colors to choose from, the possibilities are endless. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of this color Zealous, which is a satin finish, sort of a brown, right there into the corner. Let me get a different brush here. So many brushes, so little time. So I'm going to take a pencil brush and I'm going to go ahead, tap a little bit of that onto my brush, and I'm going to put that on the corner. And you can build that up until you get it the intensity you want it. And you can take it and go in the crease like that. And we can blend this out. When we get it where we want, you can go ahead and blend. So this is my first ever video that I've recorded on YouTube. It's a little strange. I'm so used to doing Facebook Lives and having people to chat with. That's okay, I don't mind talking to myself. I talk to myself all the time. So I'm going to take our new blending brush, which is available September 1st. Look at this. So this is the blending brush that I had prior, that I'm not quite sure where I got it. I'm pretty sure it was Claire's. And you can see the difference in these brushes, okay? Because this brush is nice and full and thick until it gets about here. Then when these light colored hairs come out, it gets very thin. This is full and thick all the way through. I love the shape of it. And this is the one I used every day. My go-to brush. This is now my go-to brush. So when you're blending, you want to hold your brush a little further out, because if you hold it far in like this, you're going to be moving that color a little too much to the point where you could possibly take it all off. So if you're looking to take it off, then go for it. But if you just want to blend it, you want to hold it further back, anywhere from this midpoint all the way back here. It's up to you. The farther back you hold it, the less pressure you're putting on your eye. So we're just going to blend. You can blend back and forth like this, windshield wiper motion, or you can blend in circular motions. You can do a combination of the two. If you're blending and you're not loving the results, you can always go ahead, put a little color on your blending brush. I put a little chipper on there, and that's really going to help it blend even more. If you feel like you've blended too much away, you can always go back and put a little bit more on. It's no big deal. It is a process to get your eyes exactly the way you want them. If you feel like it's too dark, you can go ahead and take a lighter color like Elated and just go in with that and kind of mute it a little bit. You really want to make sure you blend out here too. Blend it out. And sometimes your eyeshadow can look a little crazy until you finish the rest of your face. Like you put your mascara on, maybe you put eyeliner on, you put your foundation on and everything else. And it's like all of a sudden what you thought was a hot mess is now like magic. It's like, you're like, how did that happen? So I'm going to take a little bit of this color, Brassy, and use that as my highlighter color. So I'm going to go back to this brush again, take a little Brassy, and put that right here. Get right up under those brows. You can go all the way down here if you want. You can just keep it right here. It's really a matter of personal preference. If you mess up your eyebrows while you're doing your eyeshadow, you can always go back and fix those as well. It's not a big deal. Everything can be fixed. It's not a big deal. Everybody makes mistakes. You want to make sure that's blended too. Okay, so I'm going to put aside my eye products for now and go ahead and get started on my face. So I'm going to be using the Touch Glorious Face Primer, which is amazing. It feels like silk going on your skin. I just love, my favorite part is just putting it on. But this is going to help keep your makeup in place. It's going to fill in those large pores and those fine lines so that your foundation doesn't settle into those lines. So pat on those areas first. Pat on your large pores first, and then wherever you feel you have some fine lines, and then do the rest of your face. And it really takes less than a pea size amount. Does not take much of this product. Go ahead and do your neck. If you're wearing your hair up, you're going to be putting foundation on your ears because you don't want your ears to be different than the rest of your face, so you can go ahead and put a little primer there. Primer's really good for your hair as well. I have a lot of customers who use it for their hair. So put the lid back on that. Make sure I've got that everywhere. Prime your lips. Got that everywhere I need it. Make sure you get under there really well. Okay, so that's going to need about 5 minutes to kind of work its magic. And so this is the point where I usually do my mascara. So I'm going to go ahead and use our 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. This is the this is the mascara that started our company, basically. When our company first started, all we had was this mascara. This was our only product, and we built from there. And the reason was this company was founded by a brother and sister team, Derek and Melanie, and originally they started the Unique Foundation, which is a foundation for sexually abused women to go to a retreat and get some healing for 4 days and be treated like queens and help them go from hopeless to hopeful, you know, and they needed a way to fund this foundation. So they decided foundation makeup. So they came out with this 3D Fiber Lash Mascara, which changed the mascara game. And if you did not know, our trio of mascara products was recently featured in Self Magazine, Elle Magazine, and In Style Magazine, and they all rated it very highly. So you need to check these products out. And remember, you can do that at primerpackandmama.com. Just poked myself in the eye, but life goes on. Didn't bat an eyelash. So you want to go ahead and put the fibers on while the gel is still wet. I like to loosen my fibers by rubbing it against the top here. If you get any that are too loose, just press them back into place and put them on your eyelashes. You get any fallout, you see that? Let's grab that. If you get any fallout on your cheeks, you can wipe it away right easily with a makeup brush. It's no big deal. I love this stuff. It does gives me lashes that I could only have dreamt of before this, honestly. And, you know, I don't like to talk negatively about other makeup companies, but I actually recently saw a commercial for a makeup company that had out a new mascara. And their celebrity spokesperson in the commercial was applying the mascara, and you can clearly see that she's wearing falsies. Meanwhile, our product is known internationally by the nickname Falsies in a Bottle. So, I don't know about you, but I have a terrible time putting on false eyelashes. I do it occasionally for certain looks, like I did an Audrey Hepburn makeup tutorial, and I felt the need to put them on for that. I did a pinup girl makeup tutorial, Betty Page tutorial, and I felt the need to put them on for that. But in my daily life, no. Not even for special occasions. I actually did wear, back in May, some falsies to an event that I was going to, like a, you know, a really highbrow type of an event. And at that time I felt like I had no choice because I was not part of this company. I did not know about these amazing mascara products that they have, and so I was wearing falsies and feeling ridiculous. So after you put the fibers on, you always want to follow it with a coat of the gel to hold those fibers in place. So, you know, and after a while of using this product, you may see some lash growth because it does contain vitamins A, C, E. But after a while of using these products, you want to make sure you wash your mascara wand. You want to treat it just like you would your, you know, eyeshadow brushes and your face brushes, and wash it once a week, once every 2 weeks, depending on how often you're putting on makeup, because the fibers do get stuck in the gel wand, and you do want to wash that out. Otherwise, you're going to start to feel like your mascara is dried out. This is the amazing length I get from this amazing product. So now that my primer's set in, I'm going to go back to my face. So I'm going to go ahead and put on some concealer. I don't have a whole lot of redness, which shocks me because I did like just exfoliate my face before I came and did this. But I do have some redness. So I'm going to go ahead and just take our concealer, and I'm going to put it on with my finger. You can conceal these veins under your eyes. I tend to get this redness around my nose. I believe it's from my allergies. So I just kind of put it on with my finger. You saw how like a little amount I used. See that? That is not much. Put that on your red areas. Cover those under eye veins or under eye darkness. Okay, so we got that on. Takes very little. These products will last you a long time, which is amazing. I love that these products last so long. Just people, they get their money's worth. You are getting what you are paying for with this company, that is for sure. So I'm going to take my blending bud and I'm going to spray it with our rose water, or you can dampen it however you choose to dampen it, but one little spray of our rose water smells great, and I'm just going to use this to make sure it's pressed in there, it's blended well. It's not like there's not a lot in the creases and stuff, you know. blend it out. It's always best to use a damp beauty bud, because if you use a dry one, it's just going to pick the product right off your face. So you need it to be damp. Makes it a lot easier to blend it. And that's blended out. Okay, so now we can move on to foundation. This is our liquid foundation. As you can see, it does settle a little bit because it is mineral based. So you want to make sure you always take the dropper out, squeeze out any product that's in there, close it back up, and give it a really good shake. Now, since I'm between colors, I'm going to be using 2 colors today. So I already squeezed this one out, and I'm just going to give them both a good shake. Okay. And then I'm going to take my Unique foundation brush. This is for our liquid foundation. And you can go ahead and you can put your foundation in that little hole. I don't use a little hole. I prefer to put it around. So I'm going to use 2 drops of each color. That's all it takes. Sometimes you can do just 3 drops. It depends on your face, you know, the shape of it and that kind of thing. So there we go. And I'm going to do my signature, what my family and friends call my paw prints. Right under the eyes, on the forehead, nose, Cupid's bow, just everywhere. And then down my neck. If your foundation is the right color, you should not be able to tell the difference between your neck and your face. I'm going to just do a light touch on my ears, just so that they're not a different color from my face. And I'm going to start buffing it in circular motions. I love how light the foundation is. You don't feel like you're wearing foundation at all. You feel like you're fresh-faced and there's nothing on. And I think that's awesome. For me, that's important. I don't like to feel anything heavy on my skin. I don't really even like the feel of like lotions and creams because they feel heavy on my skin, and I don't like that feeling. But fortunately, I put on all my creams and whatnot before I go to bed, so it doesn't really bother me much. I tend to tap a little bit over the areas where I put concealer. And the way the brush is shaped, you can get really into those corners there and cover up those that dark area, and get this eyebrow area where it ends. And then you can take it and clean up the edges of your eyeshadow. Get into your hairline. And your nose. And you're done. You're done, that's it. It feels so light, it's not cakey. There are no dry patches. It looks good. So, done with the foundation. Now that is a liquid foundation and it dries to a powder finish. So it is a matte finish. We also have BB cream, which is a tinted moisturizer, and it is more of a dewy finish. And it does have SPF qualities, so that's a really great thing for your skin. So I'm going to put away my concealer because I'm so anal. I like to put things away right away. So I'm going to go ahead and use some, let me see what I want to do. Is there anything else I want to do on my eyebrows? I noticed right here, that's a little bit of mascara. So I'm just taking a little Q-tip. And it comes right off. If you feel like you need to go back in there, and you keep your brushes aside and go right back in there. No big deal. Easy to clean up. Alright, so I'm going to wipe this foundation off my lips because I look like a ghost. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put on some, I'm going to put some gel on my lower lashes. Which is always a struggle for me because, see, my lower lashes are practically non-existent. So this part's always a struggle for me. And it probably always will be. We have an amazing lash serum. However, I am terrible about putting it on. I always forget. Always forget. Go back under, clean that out. Done. No problem. Usually by the time I go to bed at night, I'm so tired because I just push myself and like, I can get this one more thing done. I can do this also. I can do this too before I go to bed, you know, and so by the time I'm actually ready to go to sleep, my eyes are tearing like crazy. So it's not really the most optimal time to be putting on lash serum. Came right off. So you see how skimpy my lower lashes are. Especially here where I had the chicken pox when I was little, and I had chicken pox on my eyelids. And when they went away, the hair never came back, so that's okay, but that's just part of me. I'm just going to touch up my eyebrows a little bit here with our Brow Obsession palette. Just real quick. Make sure they look nice and sharp. Have a nice point. That's a little too much of a point for me, really. Take that away. There we go. You see, this one is quite messy. I didn't do my eyebrows on camera just strictly because my hands were so shaky. Oh, so hard to do it right now, honestly. See how, like, that's nice? This one's kind of like, eh. Okay, so I'm gonna fix that right there. I can use, I always keep these Q-tips that I get at the dollar store right here, handy for my makeup. I buy a little bit sturdier, better, higher quality ones for, you know, the purposes of wax removal and such, but for makeup fixes, these dollar store cotton swabs really hit the mark. So okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. Going out to dinner with my friend tonight, Michael. He's an awesome person. I love him to death. I'm gonna take some of this. I have this Zealous color on my brush that I want to use on a lighter color, so I'm going to use my color cleaner to get that off. I got this from Amazon. It was like $7. It's a dry cleaner for your brushes so that you can remove the color in between. It keeps your brushes cleaner in between washes. So it's a lot cleaner. So now I can go ahead and take this brassy color that I used up here, and I'm going to put that right here in the corner of my eye. Bring it up a little, bring it down. Makes your eyes look more wide open, makes you look more awake. And then I notice a lot, if you look, you can see black marks on the tight line from the mascara. So I like to take a Q-tip, either dampen it with water or a little rose water, and just go up in there and remove that. Because it annoys me. Much better. That annoys me. So, alright, I'm going to go for blush. This is the blush that came in our kudos this month that benefited the women of the Unique Foundation. It's called Supported. It is a beautiful blush slash highlighter. All of the products that were in that kudos are sort of a rose pink, rose gold kind of a thing going on. So I'm going to take my blush brush and put some of that on. Don't forget to tap, because you can always build, but it's harder to take it away. And this is a very lightly, it's not as pigmented as our blushes, our pressed blushes in our regular line. It's more subtle. Give you that subtle flush on your skin. I love that this product was created, this kudos last month was created solely for the purpose of benefiting these women. And because we sold out every single one, we raised over $2 million to assist more than 1,000 women to be able to go to this retreat. And we're also building a house on the retreat property, because currently we are renting a couple of vacation homes. And by building this house, it's going to make it cheaper, and we'll be able to accommodate more women. So more women will be able to get help. More women will be able to get that healing that they need. As a sexual abuse survivor, I know how they feel and where they're coming from. And so I'm going to go ahead and put on the color that came with that kudos, which is our liquid splash lipsticks. These are amazing, but this is particularly amazing because it's a metallic and it dries to like a stain finish, whereas our other splash liquid lipsticks do transfer somewhat, but even when they transfer, there's still a stain on your lips. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and use my lip exfoliator just to make sure I have the best surface possible. Sugar, shea butter, what more could you want? We really have so many products to help women feel pampered. And it feels like, everything feels like a spa experience. It really makes your lips feel soft. And it gives you a great surface to start with. Such a gorgeous color. I love it. So I'm going to just put a little bit of highlighter on and we will be done. Just about. So this is our Touch a la Mode cream to powder finish highlighter. We also have it in a powder finish that you just put on with a brush. We also have it in a cream finish, which comes in like a large tube. So it's, you have your choice of what you prefer. Get a little on that nose area, a little on the chin, a little up here, anywhere the sun naturally hits your face, a little here. You can do as much or as little as you want. If you want to shine bright like a diamond, you want to be seen from satellites up in the sky, go for it. Like I said, makeup has no rules. You do what you want to do, what makes you happy. So I put some here. I don't put a lot there. I prefer to be, you know, have this down the center of my face. So right here, like that, and we're done. All we need now is our Touch Behold setting spray, which can also double as a primer. If you're out of your primer, you can spray your face, or if you're like in a hurry and you don't have time to wait 5 minutes for your primer to dry, you can go ahead and spritz your face with this and it works just as well as a primer. So you can do a T and then an X, or you can spray it and turn your face back and forth. I prefer to hold it above me and then turn under it and then turn my face because it falls where I want it. Done. Smells amazing, keeps your makeup in place for hours. I believe it's like 12 hours, but it's awesome. So this is the final look. It's not, you know, a crazy look. It's pretty natural. I mean, I'm just going out to dinner at this pretty, you know, dressed down kind of place. So I think this is the perfect look for that. And thank you for watching. Have a great day, and if you're interested in any of the products you saw, don't forget it's primerpackandmama.com. I am Dottie Troilo. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.